Morning.
Good morning, my internet friends. Welcome to the Medicare Cafe. Don't know what that accent was. I've been watching a lot of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was gonna
and I
ask.
think maybe Russian?
Mm-hmm.
Was that, did that
Enough.
give Russian?
Russian.
Enough.
Yeah, you could slow down if you wanted to, but
Adjacent. Russian adjacent. Russian, because I'm going fast.
no. Well, and it was Russian.
Russian, like you meant Russian, like going fast?
No, like the country.
So I'm actually funny.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
Okay. Welcome to the Medicare Cafe, guys. You are joined by your host. My name is Olivia Richardson.
My name is Benjamin Lavas.
Lavas every time. I want a compilation to every time he says his name, and then I say it immediately after because it's every time.
Mm-hmm.
But first and foremost, congratulations for an incredibly successful, overwhelming, overworked, chaotic AEP. It has been just so incredible. I love following our agents on Facebook. If you guys, want me to follow your page, please do so. I just Olivia Ahern Richardson. Ahern being my middle name. Would love to be your friend on social media. But I love following our agents who are just like posting about saying shout outs to their staff, saying shout outs to their clients, everything like that, and just seeing like how excited, exhausted,
Right.
everybody looks.
Truly.
But just what a great AEP.
Yeah, truly. I think this one for me, I'm still very young in the AEPs that I'm collecting. But I think this one stands out. Just I feel like there's a lot of resilience from agents on this path, and that resilience didn't result in a lack of clients or customers being taken care of. If anything, it challenged them to find even more folks to be taken care of this year. So.
For sure.
This AEP, I think, stamps just an agent's involvement in insurance as a whole, and I hopefully that is felt on other layers and other avenues or areas where that is important.
I think this AEP followed by the ruling on the final ruling from CMS that they published, which was if you want to get an update on what the final ruling says, watch last week's episode. We talked about it, but just the investment going into insurance agents and like how agents are being, it got shaky there for the last couple of years about what's agents' involvement, agencies' involvement, FMO's involvement, and we have been screaming and singing and yelling and everything about you have to have agents in the process. And I think what we're seeing is now just like, I think we're now really seeing the industry go back to accepting insurance agents and the role that we play. And that's been really, really cool to see. Oh my gosh, I have a really funny story about Brian. Okay, hold on. Good morning. It was the day after the day after. It was the day after the day after of AEP.
And all through the
the morning. Everybody was drunk. Not at our office because we're still working.
Right.
But so funny story about Brian, okay? Brian, I died. I know our entire office knows about this. This email has gone around because you guys know our good friend Brian. He's always in the chat. He also sends me cheeky messages, just being funny and mouthy. We love Brian, but I definitely love to be mean to Brian. And this time I didn't have to do it. Technology was mean on my behalf, and I love it. So what happened was, if you guys know, working with senior marketing specialists, we have a live chat feature that goes between 9 and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and it's a live feature. Like it is, you talk to somebody like Ben. Actually, now it's our support team. So you talk to a Summer, a Kendra, a Sean, or a Matt Beach, and they get on there and it's Sean, Summer, Kendra, Matt Beach, right?
Madison sometimes
Madison
comes on still too.
yes. And so you get on there, you're talking to us, and Brittany, she's going to die because she had to handle this. So next thing I know, I'm literally in a meeting. I looked at my phone, and I'm just getting emails from Brian Robert. Well, I can't say his last name because it's protects his identity. Everybody forget that last part. From Brian. Start getting these emails, and all of a sudden it's transcripts from our chat. And of course, Ryan, we don't use AI.
Right.
For Brian only. Nobody else experiences. We had other people on live chat at the same time. Brian somehow got the AI. The AI became self-aware and turned on for Brian and was downright mean to him. He was
rightfully so.
He was asking questions like, "Hey, I need to learn what the birthday rule is in this state," and they said, "We don't know that. You need to talk to that representative." And I'm just like, I read that Apollo, the AI tool. And then he's just like, are you guys okay? Are the SMS tied up in a basement? And they're just like, we're not the Terminator. Leave us alone. Like, they was just being mean to Brian. So he's emailing me transcripts like, what's going on? Who's Apollo?
Why is it not on the moon?
So anyways, we don't use AI. We haven't had to. We've been very blessed to not need to use any of that technology because of our fantastic people and whatnot. But yes, but my favorite was when Brian got into a fight with AI, became self-aware, only talked to Brian, and then got in a fight with him.
I think next AEP we should just only let Apollo take care of Brian. And we'll
honestly, just like when Brian logs on, Apollo.
Exactly.
Do your thing, my guy. Do your thing. Guys, for today's Medicare Cafe episode, it's the day after AEP. Mm-hmm. So I imagine a lot of us are kind of just like in wind down mode.
Taking a deep breath.
Some of us are in wind up mode.
Yep.
Breathing for the first time. And what we just kind of want to have just some fun, a little silliness. So later on the episode, we're going to talk about, if you guys remember last week, I asked for some of your favorite Christmas celebrations and some of your favorite maybe off the wall Christmas traditions. So we're going to do a little bit, maybe some talking about some of my favorites and then doing some yuck or yums with some other ones that are pretty traditional like Christmas arguments, but would like to hear some hot takes.
Yeah.
Before we do though, we just want to take 5 minutes to talk about things that you need to do before now and December 31st. Because yes, as it is a little bit of time to take a breath, rejuvenate a little bit. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean turn off your phones, turn off your computers, and pretend like you're not home for the next month. There are some pretty significant things that do require your attention with a 12/31 deadline.
Yeah.
Ben, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So the one that I've been having the most conversations with specifically is checking applications for those that were experiencing service area reduction. Now, many folks may have taken the time during AEP to actually meet with those folks to make sure they're all taken care of for 1/1. Now, there is a special election period surrounding us. Are you going to match with me?
Yeah. Okay, we'll never know.
There is a special election period that you have access to that actually started on Monday, December 8th. That is the SAR SEP. That is good until the end of February, and you can use it for the remainder the following month when it goes effective. So now is a really good time for you to check the applications that were for those that were experiencing a service area reduction or whose plan would be going away come the first of the year, because this is that backup time. Oh, shoot, I didn't get to them. Oh, shoot, something happened with the application. Someone else came in, they answered a phone call on December 6th, whatever it may be. Now's a really good time to make sure that client stays with you, stays in your book, and they make sure they have coverage moving forward.
Great reminder that even if they did make a change during AEP, they still can use the SEP election. So one, you still have ability to gain more clients because again, it was like 2.6 million people experienced a true SAR. So you still have time to gain a good part of that market share if you're wanting to kind of go get some extra credit.
Yep.
But to your point, like they won't have credit or won't have coverage 1/1. And what's interesting is there's the amount of people that we saw. Again, we are a partner of Deaf Research. They're incredible. The amount of people in 2025 that went to original Medicare, no MedSup, no Medicare Advantage in 2025 was astounding. And everybody's like, why would anybody choose that? No, people didn't choose that. They just didn't read their... what's it called?
ANOC.
They did not read their ANOC. I hate all the acronyms. They did not read their annual notice of change and didn't understand that come 1/1, they didn't have coverage. So there was an amount of people. They talked about the engaged client. I talked about this all through AEP, all leading up to AEP was the engaged consumer. And I will tell you, there are still people, even with the engagement up, just the pure amount of SARs, there are still people that have no idea that their plan doesn't exist in 2026. So so it is, again, important that you go ahead and have those.
Yeah. And then for in the chat, SAR stands for service area reduction. So that'll be any of those plans that received either a reduction in counties that offer that plan or removal of counties or removal of the plan completely. That is considered an area that is being reduced in which that plan was servicing. So service area reduction.
And I didn't mention, and I always do, this is my real phone number. Text me throughout if you're watching the recorded version, you can text me at any time. If you're watching the live version, I do read your text messages live. So if you want to interact or ask questions, you can use the chat box or you can text me. I am actually reading. I look so rude. I love it whenever we make shorts and it's just me just like completely ignoring my co-host and just like looks just like, I don't have time for what you have to say. I'm busy. And it's no, because I'm reading your messages. Is it rude? Maybe, but that's your fault. Please talk to me. So
Stop texting me so much.
Stop texting me so much. Talk to me more, though. So another thing I want, a second thing really quick, is just in general, check the statuses of your applications. There were weird things that happened on every platform. Oh, no. There were weird things that happened on every platform this year. Integrity Connect was not. Again, think about we had the Amazon outage, the cloud outage, the Microsoft outage. All of that happened within AEP. And during that, so those are different cloud-based systems that help store not just with Integrity Connect, but carrier applications, all even Medicare.gov was affected by this. So there are things where like just checking the statuses of your applications to make sure that they did make it to the carriers and that you have the confirmation numbers. Please make sure you do that. Double check. I can't promise we can fix anything then. If you can prove that you submitted, if you can prove like there's a lot that we can do of like, hey, the carrier said they never got it.
Right.
If you genuinely sent it off and there was an error, there's some things that we can do for today. But if you wait until January, the likelihood that we can get those decisions reversed are like next to none. So check now. Make sure that everybody who you think is enrolled. And primarily to prepping for OEP. OEP is going to be just chaotic again this year just because of provider changes, because of medication changes, because of a ton of stuff that we're going to see. OEP is going to be as wild as AEP was. So yes, get your breath. Relax, prep for that, but you really need to make sure that come January, I'll give you January 1. That's we won't make you work January 1.
Right.
January 2, you're pushing a button, go, and you are ready to really rock and roll your OEP.
Truly. Mary had a good question. They can still get a 1-1 as long as they apply by 12/31, correct?
Correct, yes.
That is correct.
So just remember for the SAR, service area reduction, that is guarantee issue for Medicare supplements. And an SEP for both prescription drug plans and Medicare Advantage plans. That doesn't end until February 28th. It is a one-time use election. So if you use that election in January now, then it's done. But if they go up until February 26th and they say, I don't like my plan, then they actually could use either OEP or get on that Medicare supplement using SAR.
It's a good time to mention, too, if you're using that service area reduction to get on a guaranteed issue with Medicare supplement, make sure you're timing that out appropriately, because if you use that, if you're waiting for like underwriting if you're going through guaranteed issue, make sure you're pairing that with the prescription drug plan and just making sure everything times out correctly. Don't want anything to be super funky. Make sure the client's fully bought in on switching over to a supplement, all those types of things, because they're going to be hearing that a lot whenever we are in these periods of high change or lots of conversation. The client is almost always hearing about it from other sources as well, whether that be their neighbor, the dog, the mailman, whatever it may be. They're going to be hearing about these things. So making sure all that stuff lines up appropriately. Make sure. Underwrite to an end is a really good point, Will. We're seeing a lot of that, whether that be high deductible G or Plan N. All these are really good options moving forward. And then you do have the fail-safe of a guaranteed issue with the G for a service area reduction. That's where we've been seeing a lot of that kind of be discussed, because then you have not only significant premium savings, but also you can pair that with a cancer insurance policy, hospital indemnity. There's a whole bunch of other options. So if you guys aren't currently reviewing your clients and seeing if they would either qualify for underwritten for Plan N or high deductible Plan G, or aren't comfortable with having that conversation, please reach out to us. That is a huge part that we're going to see a lot moving forward, just with the amount of rate increases that we've seen over the last 18, 20 months now. I think that's going to be one of the ways that we've got to be comfortable with having that conversation.
So we're just not going to address the fact that you talked about people talking to their dogs. Okay. Or the dogs talking to them.
Everyone talks to their dogs.
Yeah, but the dogs don't normally talk back, Ben.
I talk back for my dogs, and they each have an individual voice.
Some carriers said it would take at best like 3 to 7 days for their apps to show up in the system. 100%. So just letting you guys know again what we saw. The uptick of AEP, it happens every year, but this year was just massive. One of our smaller carriers, one of our more regional carriers, we were expecting 500 app a day turn-ins for one of our regional carriers, and that was that was just the last 4 or 5 days of AEP.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yes, the carriers are overwhelmed. It will take some time for them to be in the system. It is insane.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. I saw another question on there talking about why are these premiums being added to D-SNP plans? What will carriers think they can afford the premium if most other benefits are covered? Somebody kind of answered it in the chat, but I do want to address it. There are a couple things that we're seeing here. Okay, so yes, I think Michelle added that usually so LIS, low income subsidy, covers some or all of a Part D premium. And when you're looking at a Medicare Advantage plans actually to a consumer and have just one contract, one H number, one premium. But when you look at it on the back end, there is a Part D side of it and a Medicare Advantage side of it. Most of the time, and the premium is divided between the two. Most of the time, when you're writing a D-SNP or an LR plan, the premium is actually only attached to the prescription drug plan, in which case, Michelle, yes, LIS will pay for some or all of the premium because it is attached to the drug side of that Medicare Advantage plan.
Yeah.
However, this year, there were several plans that launched premiums that the consumer would be responsible for to pay for their dual Medicare Advantage plans. Part of that was because, again, we've talked about a lot of those benefits. CMS said that they were no longer going to pay for a lot of the benefits and a lot of the things associated with Medicare Advantage plan, which is why you really need to tune in to our webinar today at 2:00. We have a webinar today talking about what to do between now and the end of the year and how to kind of extend your AEP, talking about the HIDE and FIDE states and HIDE and FIDE plans and this with that hoity-toity.
Since I've heard that one.
I know,
I feel
but
like that was a whole ordeal, and I was like, that's all this year still.
That's all
my
this
goodness.
year. And so we're talking about like true integrated D-SNP plans and the difference between those plans and a non-integrated D-SNP plans. So you did see less investment in regular D-SNP plans this year, more investment into the integrated plans due to the enrollment capabilities. And so you did see some plans that were traditionally $0 premium, including some D-SNP plans, go to a premium. Now, keep in mind, these premiums are less than $10. I mean, these premiums are way lower than what a lot of people would, that are still very much in the affordable range. And it's oftentimes a benefit for those individuals who are D-SNP, but of course, that's a case-by-case basis.
Not to mention, and we do have a really good video on this as well, the switch over to SSBCI is going on.
That's what I was trying to say. Yes, how this benefits is now SSBCI. Go ahead.
Like all of that, I think that's something that's, if you as an agent right now haven't communicated at least to some degree how this is changing, and while the client is going to feel this change come January 1st, because if they are expecting to have some over-the-counter or some benefit that may be sold them on the specific plan, but they go through and they don't qualify or need to submit extra paperwork in order to get that benefit through SSBCI, you're going to get an angry phone call. And so our whole role in all of this is to avoid as many angry phone calls as possible. So I would strongly recommend, we already did a webinar on it. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago now. Will and Sadie did it. That video is on our YouTube channel. So if you're on the Cafe one, if you look at it, I think it's partnered in our bio, and you can go to SMS Team, the YouTube, or you can just youtube.com/senior marketing specialist, I believe it is, and it's one of the top for you videos. If you guys need that emailed to you, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to get that over to you. Make sure you guys have that. But I think that's going to be very important moving forward. I know Matt Carson, our VP of Sales, has been talking about it at great lengths, because there's going to be several folks that even if you tell them, they're still going to be upset about it because they won't have remembered that you told them, because it's different. And when anything is different, the pitchforks and torches come out.
So true. Like literally, like we just talked about, like going forward today. What changed? The YouTube interface.
It's true,
and we're pissed about it. We're actually mad. And you know what else changed recently? And I remember just the people on Facebook get so mad when they would change the interface, and they've changed it again. That's freaking Zuckerberg.
Dang, Meta.
Changed it again. Who is this Meta? Anyways. So literally, like, I understand change is changing. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it doesn't. Facebook's probably okay to do a little bit of changes with your interfaces. YouTube, fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. Michelle, which I think this is for you. And of course, Kendra, I know Kendra and Michelle are besties. She says, still appreciate you guys. All of you guys do.
What if I'm not supposed to read this?
I think it's fine.
Still appreciate all you guys do. Your support during this disruptive period was amazing. I know words are hard. It's okay.
That wasn't. I'm sorry.
That was the emojis in the middle of it. I think that threw you for it. I think
just-
she threw a phone throwing emoji in the middle of your sentence, and so you were just following suit and just.
Truly. Thank you, Ben, for taking that on. Guys, we're gonna put. Oh, Terry, I haven't heard from you in a while. I missed you, Terry. The last time you sent me a message was in October. Terry, what the heck? Okay. If someone gets a high deductible G, is it a good idea to have a hospital indemnity to help them with that to cover the deductible? 100%
Yes.
If you're going to write a high deductible plan G, which do it, I think a high deductible plan G is huge in the future. Carriers are investing into it. They're trying to find, carriers are coming out with new and creative ways to make like the commissions look closer to like an N or a G commission. So yes, but yes, write a hospital indemnity plan with it. 110%. It makes all the difference in the world. And while you're at it, add a cancer rider to it for sure. Get that done.
That's the future, is being
Terry,
comfortable
missed you.
with building these types of things that fit no matter where your client is at financially.
I think it's just, we're just, gone are the days of just, again, one size fits all. And yes, you're going to go Med Sup or Medicare Advantage. Like we are now having to get, and I love it because it's making us, it's just, again, emphasizing why agents are so important. We're now kind of building true benefit packages based on the needs and based on what's available to them. And that availability is everything because it's not just blanket statements anymore.
Truly.
So if you're interested in like, I need to learn how to do this, I was taught that if you say this, then you go this route. If you go this, you say that route. Telling you that doesn't exist anymore can be pretty overwhelming. Yeah. We'll do some conversations like how to build a true benefit package.
Yeah. And then before I think we go into some of the fun stuff, I
feel like a jerk. Terry broke their jaw, and that's why they've not been my friend lately.
You know what? Rip into him, Terry. Rip into her. Yell at her.
Terry,
now
I hope you're
your
healing.
jaw is fixed, hopefully.
Terry, I hope everything is well for you, and I hope the other guy's worse off.
Yeah.
Terry, I'm
the other
so
guy.
sorry.
He wasn't able to tune into the cafe at all.
Before I get canceled, let's play a rousing game of holiday yuck or yum. Terry, thank you.
While you're pulling that up, I wanted to mention. Okay, well, I wanted to mention real quick for the folks that are tackling the ACA. That is still very much so going on. And so if you guys, I know there are many agents that are trying to find ACA alternatives. There are two that we like in this office, the Manhattan Affordable Choice Plan, and then Allstate has a pretty strong plan as well on the short-term medical side, I believe it is. So just ones that we've been talking about for ACA alternatives since the subsidies are still super, super weird and super up in the air. So just wanted to make mention to that there are obviously agents that are tuning in today or tuning in the future on the recording that are trying to tackle the ACA. And there's some options out there that if you have questions about when to use those or how to plug those in, please reach out to our office. We saw one that was like saving them thousands of dollars. I think Will had put one in the chat message a while ago. That was just like, I was floored by the expense that we're saved from looking at an alternative. So wanted to mention that too.
Okay.
Now it can be fun.
About time. So just a couple, because again, I do know it's, we have a few minutes left, but what we wanted to do is talk about some holiday traditions that you guys had and kind of, do we agree? Do we not agree? Are we going to start adopting them? I got some really cool ones on LinkedIn that I was just like, oh, I'm going to do that. One of them was, again, my bestie from Las Vegas, she was saying that they always have like one present in the room for their kids, which is don't do to your future children what your parents did to you. Okay.
That wasn't even that bad.
So this is what you should do, and then I want you to say what happened. So what you should do, and I completely agree, I love this, and a couple other people talked about it, how you give your kids a Christmas present like in their room, or are we boring you, Alex? That was a heck of a yawn. Put your Christmas presents right outside their door or like in their bed so that when they wake up, they have a present to play with so that they're not getting up at 5 a.m. and either just going to the tree and going ham without you being there or like waking you up at 5 a.m. and ruining everything. So I love that. Ben, what did your family think was an appropriate message to make sure you stayed in your room?
So I have 4 siblings, 1 older sister and 3 younger siblings, and we would all get lumped up together and put into the bedroom in the basement that had an outward-facing lock. And so my parents
Call
would
the
just
fire marshal.
lock that, and then you didn't have to worry about the kids coming out in the middle of ever. You got to decide when they were free. Honestly, bring it back.
Bring it back.
I'm making a stand.
Emily,
Lock kids away.
Your wife is gonna just be like, just for tradition, then lock you in a room so she could have her coffee and just sit in Christmas morning by herself.
Who's to say she doesn't already do that?
It's like noon, and you're like, can I come out? I have to use the bathroom.
The bedpan's full. Like,
so don't do that.
it worked. I turned out fine.
It puts the sprinkles on the cookie. Yes. Let's see. There was another question. High deductible G. Max out of pocket is just about $3,000. I can't read that far away. Correct.
It just came out. I can take a look at it, Mary, and get you over. They did announce all of those. When they announced the Part B premiums and any changes for deductible, the Part G deductible got announced as well. So I can make sure that gets over to you.
Yeah. So another Christmas tradition was actually Allie's in her office, and I just died laughing. She says, in honor of National Lampoons, with like my whole heart. That's my son's favorite Christmas movie. It's good. Is National Lampoon and The Grinch, which is a whole other thing because he's terrified of The Grinch.
25th anniversary this year.
Very impressive. He's terrified of it, but we still have to watch it. And he literally does this the whole time. But they say at Christmas dinner, they say the Pledge of Allegiance after Grace. Which I'm just like doing that now. Yeah, I love that.
I was laughing at that when you said, Ben, our benefits have therapy options. Guys, I'm smiling through the pain. We're all good. Just smile with me.
Hey, okay? I don't know if you heard this, but AEP's over. So if you're going to invest in therapy, now's the time.
Yeah, now's the time.
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
Oh no, my notes are gone. Oh no. Okay. I do have a question. You don't have kids yet, but I do want to hear from the audience. You have dogs.
I have 3 fur babies.
But your dogs don't care about Elf on the Shelf.
They would love to eat it.
Exactly. So how many parents are boycotting Elf on the Shelf? Because I am one of them. I will not do it. I will not do it, Ben.
It's creepy.
It's
I like being creative with it. I love seeing the creativity. It's getting too far. It's creepy. I don't like it. So I don't have kids, but my social media has been all about Elf on the Shelf, which is hilarious.
We used to just have to move it from this counter to that counter. Now they're freaking doing lines off of somebody's counter of flour and salt and sugar.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Yep. I saw one that was attached to a KitchenMaid mixer, and then there was a bunch of dollar bills around it.
Oh, never mind. I'm doing Elf on the Shelf. Never mind. I take it all back. I'm doing Elf on the Shelf.
But I've been seeing on my like For You pages all the fails, and so like the kid will touch it, and then everyone screams. Like his siblings are like, "You killed him!" Like going off on it, and I'm amused. Honestly, I'm so invested.
There's a dog like who's chewing or is holding it. She's like, "You're a monster! You're a monster!"
It's good.
There's a lot of kids. What's hard right now to have a kid during the holidays is that everybody's kind of started doing like their own traditions, and like we don't all just agree to just do a Christmas tree and a chimney and some stockings. Like we've all upped our game, and not all of us were invited. So my kid will come home and he'd be like, "Oh, like my friend Michael mentioned Matthew at his school. I'm gonna find him. Matthew mentioned that." Oh, I don't get an Elf on the Shelf. Santa must not like me as much. If your kid says that to my kid, you know what my response is? No, Matthew must have been really, really naughty this year. And so Santa had to send an Elf on the Shelf to make sure that he gets his shit together. 100%. If your kid's going to come tell me that my kids should have gotten Elf on the Shelf, no, your kid is going... They're 5. They're 5, Olivia. They're 5.
Honestly, double down.
They're 5.
Double down. I'll hold them down. Did you guys ever do
Elf on the Shelf?
Saint Nick? Like Saint Nick's Day? Or is that a St. Louis thing? Where like you'd put your shoes by your fireplace and then you would get a little something in your shoe for St. Nicholas Day?
That's what you get at my house.
No, it's a positive thing.
Is that like a foot fetish thing?
No, I don't.
Does Saint Nick, is that like...
Am I finding out things about my parents? What's going on here? No, that's a thing. That St. Nicholas Day. That you put your shoes by the front door, by the chimney. And no, that's just okay.
St. Louis, that's how the elves get your shoes.
No, but you get like little things in your shoes, like not spiders, but gifts, like gift cards or little things. No,
No, we didn't do that.
I might have had an uncle named Saint Nick.
I was gonna say,
Now that I'm thinking about it,
I think that was
so-
your neighbor, Saint Nick. That was like, children, leave me your shoes.
Okay, wait, no, it's real. Brittany's husband's family did Saint Nick.
Interesting.
It's a win today. Thank you. Yeah, that's
Mary's being so helpful. She's like, here's how you do Elf on the Shelf. You put it high so the fur babies can't get to it,
good. Smart.
but not too close to the fire. Mary,
I
this
just wanted
is the energy I needed. I got a little too excited. I got a little upset.
I wanted to put the elf on the shelf on the back of my dog. That way he could ride it, my dog, into battle. That was where I was at.
support that.
That could be cool.
That.
Yeah.
Sean said, I thought that was just an Easter thing to hide things. Oh, well, like the Easter bunny hides things in your shoes. Don't be ridiculous. Of course, that's what the Easter bunny does.
Whoa. No, those are baskets.
Not like exclusively.
Are you wearing baskets for shoes?
They're not exclusively in the shoes, but when you hide the eggs, shoes are prime real estate for egg hiding. And then the shoe.
Mine was always outside.
Like, yeah, outside of the house.
I was running halfway down the street, and they were like, "It's not that far. Come back."
I was listening to Linkin Park, just running away.
It's a lot going on in the studio. Guys, it is 10:30. It is 10:30. The last thing I wanted to do, kind of a yucker yum, we didn't get to it today, but lucky for you, there's still like 3 more episodes of the Cafe in December.
True.
So we can get some more of these. But I do have a question. Favorite Christmas movie? Not everybody. It's such a big deal out of The Christmas Story. I'm like, you'll shoot your eye out. I hate that movie.
Yeah, it's not great.
Is that just because
It's-
like we're younger? I am younger. Is that just because of our generation?
she is younger, okay? Get it together.
I'm trying to figure out. I hate The Christmas Story.
It's not that great.
I didn't ever like it. I never got it.
I
Like
was
National
happy-
Lampoon, funny from the
True.
get-go. It started out with the cartoon, so as a kid, I was like, this is a cool cartoon. And then they go to real people, and I was mad.
Mhm.
But then I stuck around.
Mhm.
Right.
A movie with a good narrator.
Movie
Yeah.
with a good narrator.
You don't get that often, so
No.
I'll take it for that.
Because
Okay.
there's like the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Those are good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Home
So
Alone.
we'd
Top
love
tier.
to hear. Oh, that might be a good one of like ranking Christmas movies because my
Just
favorite
get a whiteboard.
currently is Why Him?
Well, why him?
Why Him?
Why him?
It is a new one with like James Franco and Brian Cranston. It's hilarious.
I saw
It's
one
Very bad.
just recently. I had never seen it before. It was like Code Red or something like that. And
Oh,
with
I've heard of that.
Dwayne the Rock
When
Johnson.
Dwayne
He's the head
saves-
elf.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
saves Santa.
It was actually
Why
pretty good.
does he keep getting into these movies? Who is hiring him?
Like 3 years ago.
He was the highest paid actor.
I believe it.
We
He
don't
did
even
a great
have
job.
time, you guys.
There is
Okay.
Krampus in that movie. Don't maybe don't show that to the kids. There's Krampus. It's a little scary.
Until
That's good.
next time, y'all. Have fun
Make money
and give impeccable service. Merry
See you guys.
Christmas.